I'm a survivor, ladies and gentlemen. That's the thing. I got a crazy mom. Anybody else willing to admit that they got a crazy mom? Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad you admit that in public. I would put my mom's crazy against anybody's mom's crazy here. My mom is a snowbird. She goes from Phoenix half the year and Denver, Colorado half the year. My grandmother passed away about 3 years ago. She was 95. She had a long, healthy life. That's the way you want to do it, right? But it made my mother start thinking about what she wanted for her final time, and that's when the crazy comes out. She writes me an email after the funeral. She's like, Ron, I've been thinking about it. If I pass away in Phoenix, I want you to come there in your car and put my body in the trunk of your car and drive me back to Denver where I want to be buried. Does that not strike any of you as fucked up? You're really quiet. So I wrote her back, and I'm like, Mom, are you fucking serious? And she's like, I'm absolutely serious. I wrote her back, I'm like, you want me to Weekend at Bernie's your ass from Phoenix to Denver in my car? That's so illegal. You can't do that. I mean, what if I get pulled over by the cops? What am I gonna say? Like, no, it's my mom. No, these are her wishes. She wanted me to do it. No, it is my mom. We look alike. Look. Crazy bitch. That's the thing. I've been doing this job for 33 years. I started when I was 19 years old. I am almost 52 years old at the time of this taping. And I gotta say, I don't really give a shit anymore. Not that I'm ambivalent or don't care. I'm just saying I'm done putting too much emotional investment into giving too much of a shit. If that makes sense. Good. All right, we got some believers here. That's the thing, man. Like, for example, I was getting my car fixed. Very pretty young lady across the desk from me making the transaction. Beautiful, gorgeous. I just don't care anymore about how it goes anymore, you know? So she's beautiful, gave me butterflies. You got to put the card into the machine. And I put the credit card in the machine and it didn't work, So I looked at the pretty young girl and I said, oh, what's wrong? What's happening? Why didn't it work? What's wrong? What's going on? And she smiled at me like she had a secret. And she flirted. And she bit her lip. And she's like, she goes, you didn't put it in all the way. Oh, yes. It's finally happening. But I kept my cool, right? And I look at this girl in the eye. I'm like, I'm trying to be cool. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do then, girlfriend? And she keeps flirting with me, and she keeps her eye contact, batting her eyelashes and bites her lips. She's like, well, you gotta take it out. You gotta put it back in. Oh my God. Keep it cool, right? So I look at that girl, I take the card out, I'm like, oh yeah, baby. You feel that, girl? It's just that my wife was like, can we fucking go? That's the thing, this girl didn't know that I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm not, she had no idea. And if people don't know that you're a comedian and you act like that, well, you're an asshole. It's all the context, it matters. Like my neighbors do not know what I do for a living. Majority of them do not. And I'm walking my dog in my neighborhood. I have an 85-pound boxer, and he decided to take a pee on the neighbor's yard. And they happen to be on the front porch, watching everything go down, and it's awkward. How are you supposed to act when somebody's watching you, watching your dog taking a piss? What are you supposed to do? Like, yeah! I don't know what to do, right? So this woman screams at me from her porch. She's like, are you gonna pick that up? Like, no. It's like, you need to tell your dog not to pee on my yard. So then the comedian in my brain snaps into gear, and I bought myself some time. I said, excuse me? So she answers me back slowly like I'm an idiot. She's like, tell your dog not to pee on my yard. I said, well, when I get him home, I'm gonna sit his ass down. We're gonna have a fucking talk. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. She didn't laugh like you did at all, not at all. 2 days later, my boy and I are walking again. He decides to take a number 2 in the same spot. And sure as shit, those people are on the front porch, still in need of a hobby. And he's doing a number 2. Before she could scream at me from the porch, I yelled up at her and I said, hey, good morning. And guess what? We had to talk. As you can see, he said he don't really give a shit. I'm not an asshole, I'm gonna pick it up. I got a bag. That's a douchebag thing to leave it there, but I also know that they're watching me. If you're gonna watch me do that shit, well, hey, I'm gonna put on a show. So I see them watching, and I take out my bag, and I pick up this stuff, and I tie it off, and as I walk away, I went, that's how you get your neighbor not to talk to anymore. Even with my wife, I've been married for 25 years. I don't give a shit about the consequences anymore. I don't care, man. What's she gonna do, not have sex with me anymore? Oh no! What am I gonna do with myself again? So, I'm not afraid of losing my privileges, you know. So keep that in mind when you hear what I did here, all right? This is the epitome of not giving a shit. So I sent my wife a dick pic, right? You know what I'm talking about? Dick pic. I sent her a picture of my dick. All right. Okay. This is a generational thing. Dick pic, you say to some people, they're like, all right, so if you don't get that part, the rest of it's not gonna make sense. But here's the thing, just the picture. Just the picture, that's all I sent her was just the picture. And then 2 minutes later, I sent her a text message, just the words. And I said, oops, that wasn't meant for you. I know, I'm never having sex again, I'm cool with that. At least it was funny, right? But she did me one better. You ladies know you're men. She didn't write me back at all. Nothing. She just let me stew in that shit. I was getting paranoid, you know. I thought she was sending it out to her friends like, look what I got! She didn't give me the 3 little tickle your balls dots, you know, that she was writing me back. You know what I'm talking about? The tickle your balls dots, you know what I'm... Any Android people here tonight not following me at all? If you don't, let me explain. See, the good folks at Apple and iPhone thought it would be, you know, wise to pacify us stupid human beings that when you're anticipating a text message coming back, you know, from someone and they're writing, a little bubble comes up and 3 little balls are in it and they kind of, and if you're a guy, it's great because you can feel your nuts tingling a little bit. I don't know what happens to you ladies, but it's fucking awesome, man. I can tell who has an Android in the crowd too, because like, fuck that, I'm getting an iPhone tomorrow. I didn't know they tickle your balls. On the 4th hour, she finally wrote me back. And all she wrote was, whose dick is this? It's been a while. I even mess around with the doctors. Like when I was 17 years old, I got my pilot's license to learn how to fly airplanes. I still fly when I can. I did it back then for social, you know, very special reasons, because I thought that would be a great way to take a girl out on a date, right? How cool would that be? Take a girl up in an airplane for a date. Great idea. Bad fucking idea. I didn't realize at 17, no 17-year-old girl's father is gonna let her go in an airplane with a 17-year-old horny bastard like me trying to join a club. I bring it up though, when you get your pilot's license, you have to take a very special medical exam. It's a thorough exam. You gotta take it. When they give you this exam, they check out your prostate. Remember, I was 17 years old. I didn't know what a prostate was, or where it was located, or just how we were gonna check that son of a bitch. Back to you, sir. You've had about 15, 20 prostate exams? Yeah? 2. All right, I was off. Anybody at this table have a prostate exam before? All right, perfect. And this young guy, you have no fucking prostate exam. You just learned you had one. All right. Guy, you can agree, it's an awful day. I don't know you very well. Maybe you like that shit. It's not a good day. Don't talk to a guy after he's had his prostate exam. He is done with your shit. He just doesn't want to talk. And I shouldn't be up here bitching about it either in front of you ladies. The ladies, y'all got the short end of the stick when it comes to poking and prodding medically. You lost. With your pap smears and the scoot down, scoot down, scoot down. Right there. Now look at the ladies laughing at that. Look at the men confused. Not understanding what scoot down, scoot down, scoot down. And the women are wondering, well, how the hell do you know, asshole? I've been with my wife for 5 different pap smears. 5 pap smears, I swear, yeah. Why? Because I like science. Yeah. Hand me an invitation to go see a vagina. I'm not gonna say no. I am first in line. I'm gonna be early. It's going in the calendar, baby. That's awful. I feel for you ladies, but thing is with the prostate exam now, when you go in for a prostate exam, usually it's for a physical, right? When does the doctor actually do the prostate exam part? Is it in the beginning or the middle or the end? Beginning. In the beginning? Really? Interesting answer. Do we have other men here tonight that care to disagree? What would you say, other men that disagree? Beginning, middle, or end? Well, that sounds like a consensus. Young guy, you've never had a prostate exam before, I'm assuming, correct? All right, if you learn anything in this show, remember this. You go in for a prostate exam someday, and if your doctor does it first, you need a new doctor. It's always last, man. You can't go into a doctor's office and he cornholes you right away. It's like sex, man. You gotta ease your way into that shit. Talk for a while, you know? You can't even look the guy in the eye after he's done. You have the whole rest of the exam if you do. All you can do at the end is just take the paper and walk away in shame. You're like, why did he do that to my ass? So we get to the end of my exam, and like I said, I'm a smart ass, man. If you're gonna do this shit to me, I'm gonna make it special. So we get to the end of my exam, my doctor goes, all right, Mr. Feingold, it's time. Just drop a trowel, hop up on the table, let's get it over with. So I do it, I pull my pants down, I hop up on the table, but right before he's about to do his thing, I turned around and looked at her. If you're gonna do this shit to me, you better look me in the damn eye, boy. And no copay whatsoever. But I'm an a cappella fan. Do we have any a cappella, doo-wop, vocal music? Any people? Yeah? All right. So let me explain what I do. If you don't know what a cappella music is, it is music without instruments. There are no instruments in my show whatsoever, just the human voice, my voice, because I can't afford backup singers. So I do it myself. Even the drum sounds you hear tonight is not a drum machine or a drum set. It's what we call vocal percussion, beatboxing. It's me doing all those drum noises with my mouth on my lips. It sounds a little bit like this. It's like, what the fuck just happened to this show? I really don't know what the hell this means. Come here, little boy. Stay right there, dude. Shit works. He almost got up. Look at him. Do you have any country music fans? Country? Oh, shit. Yeah. Y'all are shit out of luck. Sorry. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Have you heard country and a cappella music together before? No. Oh, shit. They say no. All right, well, that's a challenge. I was just doing Michael Jackson. I got to switch modes here. Country. All right, there's a lot of you. All right, well, we'll try it. Sound like country yet? That's fucking stupid, I'm sorry. That's just dumb. Would you consider yourself a millennial? You look like one, are you? You don't know what it is? You're a millennial. Do you know life without the internet? You do? You didn't have internet for the first 15 years of your life, but it was on the earth, right? Yeah, you're a fucking millennial. Apparently a poor one, but you know, a millennial nonetheless. You know, there's McDonald's you could have plugged into 15 years ago. It's fucking free now, dude. You can... Right. I don't have time to talk about your imprisonment at the moment. All right. I want to do a song for them. We got more millennials than this guy, I can tell. All right, we'll do one for the millennials here. Let's see if you know it. I think a 52-year-old gray-haired guy can do this. All right. But the bar is where I go. I don't know the words. Hello, ladies. We were watching you pee on the big screen. Thank you. We'll dedicate this next song to you guys for getting up during my special. Fuck you, everyone. Well done. He's like, look what the young kids just did there. That's awesome. Is it your birthday? Twins? All right, who's the oldest of the two? You are? All right. So are you in charge of everything? You're like the alpha twin? Okay, what are your names? Genera. Genera? I fucking love it. It's great. It's a great name. Genera and Generate. Let's fuck it up some more. Genera and Generate. Is that right? All right, did anybody sing you happy birthday? All right, I guess it's me. First time I've ever done this to a Genera and Generate. You got a little brother named Generic. I bet he's a mulatto. You're gonna have to think about that one for a while to get it. I don't have time to do the PowerPoint presentation. A birthday song for Genera and Generate. Here we go. Do 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 do. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Genera and Generate. Happy birthday to you. Awesome. You guys are great. Another birthday. Come back tomorrow. Your name is probably John. It's gonna suck. What is your name? Kara. Close. Yeah. Happy birthday, Kara. All right. Do. Happy birthday. Tell you a bit about myself. I have a beautiful 1.5-year-old little baby girl. Yeah, somewhere. Actually, they're twins. Good to see you again. I'm kidding, y'all. I don't have 1.5. It's ridiculous. I took care of that problem a long time ago. Just take it off. We won't be using that anymore. My oldest son is 19 years old. He's 60 pounds heavier than me. He's about 3 inches taller. He could probably kick my ass, but I control the Verizon wireless bill so he can kiss my ass. Do you know the joys of turning off the phone on a teenager? Have you done that? That's some fun shit. But you gotta be around for when it turns off or it's no fun for you. You gotta be around for the, what the fuck? Dad, what the fuck? Okay, let's review one more time. You're a dick. And I said I was turning it off when you're an asshole, and hey, you're an asshole. Oh yeah, and all the Wi-Fi in the house, it's turned off, and I told the neighbors, change your password. Guess you and I are just gonna have to, talk. He makes me repeat myself and pisses me off more than anything. I did not know what to do about it for 17 years. I'm ashamed to admit that, but it's true. And I finally figured out what to do about it in the 17th year. This is what I started doing. When he started making me repeat myself, I would start describing sexual things that I was about to do to his mother. Hey, you need to take the garbage out, mow the grass. I'll do it in an hour. First I grab a big old hunk of that ass. And I whisper in Mom's ear, "Are you ready for some of this, girl?" Grabs. And then I reach behind Mom's back and I let those titties breathe a little bit. Bing, bing. I'm outside, stop! He's gotten used to it now, so I had to change it up a little bit. So I gotta, do different voices. So I'll do it like Kermit the Frog. First, I take a big old hunk of that ass. Titties, titties. I want to invite each and every one of you over to my house, though. If you need to know something, if you need knowledge, please come over to my house. I have a 19-year-old living there that fucking knows everything. And it's just a shame that he should impart all that knowledge that he's gathered in those 19 years just on us. My youngest son is almost 16 years old as of this date, and he's my boy. He's a badass. We were in the doctor's office when we found out she was pregnant with him. The doctor did some math, figured out the conception date. He was like, "Guys, your child was conceived on November 5th. And she looks at the doctor, and she looks at me, he's like, "Honey, were you home on that day?" Probably explains why my child speaks Spanish. She's like, "Olale, papi. Go get me some milk, pendejo." Leche, bitch. He caught his mom on the toilet when he was learning how to talk, maybe a year and a half, 2 years old. He saw some equipment he does not have, so he was curious, and he goes, "What's that, Mommy?" And it was beautiful. She was straight up honest with him. She goes, "Well, honey, it's Mommy's vagina." Right? Without missing a beat, my boy goes, "I love Mommy's china." She wanted to say, "What do you say?" She's like, "Well, so does Daddy." A little while later that day, he's playing with a Matchbox car. Remember those little Hot Wheels cars, little Matchbox cars? I bet you got one on you right now, buddy. He's like, "What does this say, Daddy? Read it, read it, read it, read it, read it, read it, read it." That's right, it said "Made in China." You can finish that joke on your own if you want. I've got a little boy that thinks cars come from his mother's crotch. And they grow up into big cars. It's a really long story for why we don't go out for Chinese food in my family. I studied, I have a degree in psychology. I have a master's in counseling. No shit. I tell jokes. Parents are proud of that shit, right? People ask me too, "Why don't you counsel anymore? Why don't you do therapy anymore?" Simple reason for that, I got sick and tired of hearing people's problems for a living. Yeah. Fuck you, get over it. That's my advice. A few of my clients are here tonight. Good to see you again. Ladies and gentlemen, don't you think some people in this world really need to just piss off and get over shit? Life is way too short to worry about bullshit. Are you with me? Yeah. I'm glad you agree. I don't mean to blow smoke or sunshine up your ass. I believe this from the bottom of my heart. People that show up here, people that go into comedy clubs and enjoy a comedy show are the smartest people in the world to me. Why? Why are we so smart? It's simple, because you can't laugh and worry at the same time. You can't do the two things simultaneously. Your body and your brain won't let you do it. You can fucking do it. There you go. Are you worried? No. A lot of shit going on out there. I'm just saying, don't get your balls in a bunch. Don't sweat the petty things, don't pet the sweaty things. Life is A or B to me, it's one or two, A or B. A, wallow in the bullshit, B, get the fuck over it, move on. Don't you wish you had a fuck you button everywhere you went? Wouldn't that be awesome? Capital One calls you on the phone. "Hey, Mr. Feingold, it's Capital One." Fuck you. You don't do shit around here, you don't play with the kids, you don't vacuum, you don't take out the trash, you don't do shit. Fuck you. "Hi, Mr. Police Officer." Fuck you. So let me get this straight. You want to name them Genera and Genere. Fuck you. Fuck you. All right, put it on the certificate. We'll find out. That, by the way, is available as a ringtone on my website, ronfeingold.com. Shit United is there. I don't make any money from it. It's a social experiment. I think it's funny as hell. People actually put that shit on their phones. I can see them online at the bank. Next. Fuck you. Hi. I gotta call you back. I've been married for 25 years. It'll be 26 this year, I guess. I love my wife. I'm not one of those guys that comes on stage and cracks on their girl. I got genuine love for her. Nothing mean or nasty to say. She wakes up in the morning, she's got no makeup on whatsoever, and her hair is going in 55 different directions. She's still wearing that robe that she's had since she was 12. Still looks like the most beautiful creature ever walked the face of the earth. But every morning she walks down the hall, I hear the weirdest noise coming out of her face every morning.
I have an itch in my throat, damn it! Hit me a stick!
I thought she was trying to start the car, right? Quit turning the key, it's on! Then I realized I think my wife has hairballs. Yeah. Let me explain. She has very long hair, it's down to her ass. That is my fetish. I love long hair, it drives me crazy. I love it. Nothing against short hair, but long hair drives me wild. I can't explain it. I love it. I love it. But if you live with somebody with long hair, you gotta take the good with the bad. Because you find that shit in places you never thought you would. Real embarrassing to be in the gym with the fellas in the locker room getting dressed going, how in the hell did this hair get into my ass? Look at that. I didn't grow that son of a bitch. I would have cut that dude a while ago, man. I've learned things about you ladies after living with one of your species for a while. If a woman is not well fed and not well rested, well, you have a bitch on your hands. Fuck you. Yes, you do, but you just can't tell the bitch to eat a sandwich and grab a nap. You can do it, but you won't do it again. I'm not afraid to tell a room full of mostly strangers that after 26 years of knowing my wife, I am still very sexually attracted to this woman. I haven't lost a bit of it. It's gotten worse, if anything. She doesn't say that shit at all. I gotta hang the moon, man. Jupiter and Saturn have to line up just right for this to happen. I gotta give a massage, the lights, make the moon, click my heels 3 times, spin my ass around twice, and if she stays awake, maybe. One time she came home from work, hot to trot, ready to go. Surprised the shit out of me. This happens once every 26 years. Walks in the door, has a look on her face like I've never seen before. Look at past, she's like, I've been thinking about it all day, baby. You ready for some of this shit? Are you ready? Are you fucking ready? No. Yeah, that party happened about 25 minutes ago, baby. How about this? Next time you get this little impulse of yours, you do a little call ahead seating, I'll totally wait. There's always one person in charge in every relationship. Have you noticed that? There's always one person in charge. If you haven't noticed that, guess what? You're not in charge. Let me give you a hint to figure out how to tell who's in charge. Let's say you're both in bed at night. It's nighttime. You're about to go to sleep. You're both in bed, but you realize that the light is on. One of you's got to get your lazy ass up and turn it off. Whoever gets up to turn it off, look in the bed. That's who's in charge. Look at all the men looking at me. Looks like, fuck that shit, man. Just have to learn to sleep with the lights on. Fuck you. Because I'm gonna have to go home and Google me a clapper. That was one hell of a device, the clapper. That was one entrepreneurial success right there. I gotta admit, I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I think I've come up with my best idea that I want to bounce off you here tonight, if I could. Do a little bit of market research, if I could. All right, so here's the idea. I want to open up a chain of chicken stores, chicken restaurants, just like Chick-fil-A. Same menu and everything. I think they got the menu down right. I don't give a fuck what your political views are. They do some good chicken there. We're gonna do the same menu, but here's the thing. This restaurant is only open on Sunday. And the name of this restaurant is called Fucking A. So that's what you say when you realize that they're open on Sunday. That's the forbidden day. You get out of church or synagogue and you're like, let's go to Chick-fil-A, man. Ah, shit, it's Sunday. Fucking A. We're gonna end things off here tonight with an educational song. A lot of you might think that it's might be the dirtiest song in my repertoire, and you would be correct. It's also the best advice I can give to all the men here tonight, because if you follow this advice, you're gonna have the happiest lady on the planet. Bar none, guarantee it. Follow this advice, young man. You here with a girlfriend? Excellent, perfect. Follow this advice. I'm not gonna tell you what it's about, you're smart, I think you'll figure it out, but I'll give you a hint. The name of this song is called Yodel in the Canyon. Looks like it needs further explanation for a few of you. Here we go. All right, boys, pay attention. Woo! Her daddy was a rancher, her mama milked a cow. So I wanted to romance her, I didn't know exactly how. My daddy said, if you want her to be your companion, you better go on down, yodel in the canyon. When I tasted her sweet lips, I couldn't look into her eyes. I wanted to say something hip, but just got a little bit too tongue-tied. She said, come on out tonight, you can hum to me on the spread and yodel in the canyon after daddy's gone to bed. Come on, boys. Yodel, damn it, come on! You're welcome. Well, she couldn't hold her liquor. She let me slip away. Her daddy, that shit kicker, kicked the shit out of me that day. But her mama came to my rescue when she grabbed me by the ears. She said, yodel for me, boy, I haven't heard that song in years. I appreciate you coming out tonight and enjoying it with us. Thanks so much. Good night.